Hi, I'm Chris, and in this video I'm going to talk a bit about properties of nodes, what they are and how you can create and customize them. So if you go to any node, in this case I've gone to a topic called restaurant, the first section you'll find are properties. For more information about properties, you can always go to show information, where we give you a brief overview as to what properties are, how to create them, and the key sort of details about them, in case you ever forget. So, properties. As I mentioned previously in the video about the basics of nodes, properties are contexts that can be added to any node. It's fully flexible as to what you can add, and the purpose of it is to help you then keep information centralized with the node and help you then search for it and filter for it in the future. So, for example, if this were a contact, I might have an email, I might have a telephone address, I might have a description or the role of the person, the previous company they worked for, and so on and so forth. How much they weigh, it's fully flexible. So before diving into how to add properties or create properties, underneath you have the list of the different properties. So they all have, on the left, the thumbnail is the type. You have then the name of the property, and then you have the value of the property. In some specific cases, as you can see in this case, there's some additional information in the top right corner, as you can also then see here. Here essentially is to give information to you, the user, as to where this property comes from. In this case, this information, since it's a topic, was automatically extracted from Wikipedia. In a separate video, you can then see how to then change these settings and customize it to your needs. Separately, for example, for reminders, if there's a reminder or date properties, if there's a reminder, you can then see here notifying you that there's a reminder. Equally, all properties that cannot be changed, that are sort of set in stone, are marked here with fixed value. So those can be hidden, but you cannot change the information about them. If you click on any of these properties, you'll have a menu that appears. You can either edit the value of the property. So in this case, I can change the description. Since it's a description, I can then choose a different description from Wikipedia. I can equally remove the property from the list. Essentially what this does is it hides it. It doesn't delete the property in itself, it just hides the value. And then for the different properties, I can then also click in the property settings, and here all changes that happen is not to the specific property of this node, it's to the general property. So in this case, rather than calling it reminder, I wanted to call it due date. I would just change here the name, save it, and it would change the name to all of my nodes. I repeat, the changes here under property settings are not to this individual node or to the general property. So all changes there affect all the properties in the other nodes. So just be a bit careful when you do some changes there, especially if you delete it, because if you to delete the property reminder, it would remove it from all other existing nodes. Then, if you swipe right, you can remove the property, so it deletes it from this node. You can also then edit it. Each property, as you can see, has a different menu, and I'll dive that in a bit more detail in a separate video. In the next video, I'll explain how to add properties and how to create properties. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.